Within the program flow category of functions in the expression builder is another function called switch. The switch function is similar to IF in that it allows access to return various responses depending on the results of an evaluated expression. The difference between IF and switch is that the switch function includes multiple expression and return pairs in a sort of decision tree that only branches in the false direction. In other words, access reads through the function and returns the first true condition it happens upon. If the condition evaluates to false, access proceeds to the next condition. So let's take a look at an example using our employees' data. Let's suppose we have a recognition program that assigns different levels or awards at different sales milestones. We want to find out how our team members rank within this recognition program. Let's start by creating a new query in Design View. Let's add in a few tables. I'll double-click on Employees, I'll double-click on Orders, and I'll double-click on Products. Let's go ahead and close this out. Now the fields that I want are going to be the employee ID here, the first and last name from the employees table. We're not actually going to use anything from the orders table, but I do need some information from the products table. I need to find out the suggested retail price so we can get the sum total of how much each employee has contributed to the company's bottom line. Now in order to do that, we need to convert this into a totals query. So I'll press this Sigma button up here on the top, and then I'll come down here under suggested retail and choose group by to sum. I'm going to sort this field descending so that the employee with the highest sales will appear at the top. Finally, I'm going to give this column a unique name. I'm going to click at the beginning and type in lifetime sales and make sure to follow that with a colon. So let's go ahead and run this to see if we got good results. And here I can see my employees. I've got 19 sales employees with sales, and I can see their lifetime totals up here. Let's go ahead and save this query. I'll press the Save button here and name this Employee Recognition Program. So now that we have our base data, let's go ahead and use the switch function to rank our employees within the recognition program. I'm going to come over here to this next column here and right-click and say Build to launch the expression builder. The switch function can be found in the same place as IF. So we'll go into Functions, Built-in Functions. I'll scroll down, click on Program Flow, and then double-click on Switch. Now the window in the top here indicates that switch has two arguments. We have this first argument called expr-pipe0 and a second argument called value-pipe0. Now if we look down here at the bottom, it's a little bit more clear what's going on. Here it names the expression1 and value1, and then we have expression2 and value2, and so on all the way to expression n and value n. What the switch function does is it'll evaluate the first expression. If this expression evaluates to true, then it'll return value 1. If this expression evaluates to false, then it'll just move down the chain and start evaluating expression 2. If expression 2 is true, then value 2 is returned. If expression 2 is also false, then it'll move down to expression 3 and then down to expression 4 and so on. So what we need to do for switch is provide these expression and value pairs. What we want to do now is evaluate the employee's lifetime sales against the various categories within our recognition program. Let's go ahead and click on this first expression value here. I'm going to click on it to highlight it, and then I'm going to type in a reference to the lifetime sales column that we've already saved in this query. I'll go ahead and type in an opening square bracket, and I'll type in the words lifetime sales. You'll notice that Access's IntelliSense automatically detects what I'm trying to type in, and it suggests lifetime sales. I can go ahead and just press Enter to fill that in. Now we want to evaluate this lifetime sales value against 450,000. That's the gate for our highest level in the recognition program. So we're going to say lifetime sales, and I'll continue typing in the greater than symbol and then $450,000. If the employee's lifetime sales is greater than $450,000, then they're in the highest group, which we call platinum. So I'm going to return the text string platinum by typing it in quotation marks. So there's our first expression and value pair. If the lifetime sales is greater than 450,000, then we'll return the text platinum. If that's not true, then we can go down to the second expression and value pair. Now the switch functions tend to get a little bit long, so I'm going to take advantage of the fact that we can press the Enter key to space things out a little bit. So I'm going to press Enter a few times to move that closing parentheses down, and I'm going to come back up here to the beginning of the switch function, and right before the square bracket, I'm going to enter this down as well. So now let's go ahead and enter in the second pair. Again, we'll go ahead and start typing in an open square bracket, and then lifetime sales, and I'll press Enter to accept that. This time we're going to compare it to the value of 400,000. If that's true, then we're going to return the value of gold. And remember, because this is a text value, we're going to put this in quotation marks. Oh, and it looks like I missed the comma here after platinum, so I'll go add that. Okay, so after gold, we're going to have a comma, and then we'll go put in the next pair. We'll type in lifetime sales. This time we'll evaluate it against 350,000, type a comma, and if that's true, we'll enter in silver. Remember to put the comma in. The next one is going to be lifetime sales compared to the value of $300,000. And if that's true, we'll return bronze. I'm going to finish bronze with the closing quotation mark, and then I'm going to delete a few characters to move the closing parentheses up a few lines. Now, if this last one isn't true either, then the switch function is going to return a null value, or just a blank. So let's go ahead and read through our equation one more time, and everything's looking pretty good, so let me go ahead and just say OK, and that'll add this new expression to our query grid. Let's go ahead and give it a new name down here. I'm going to call this recognition level. And because this column is evaluating an expression, I need to change this group by here from group by down to expression. Let's go ahead and run our query and see if it works. So now we can see our employee's ID number, their first and last name, the total lifetime sales that they've had with the Kinetico company, and we can see what recognition program level that they've achieved. When used appropriately, both IF and switch can be extremely valuable tools to have in your pocket. Anytime that you can automate routine tasks and allow access to make decisions for you can be a huge benefit to increasing your productivity. But beyond simply taking decision-making tasks off of your plate, learning to use the program flow functions increases the reliability and consistency of your database. One of the biggest benefits is that they can ultimately prevent data inconsistencies due to the introduction of human errors.